Hi, this is Aaron Dubinsky coming to you today from the Chut Shel Chesed Yeshiva Beit Knesset, located in the holy city of Yerushalayim, in the beautiful state of Israel, and under the direction of our beloved rabbi and spiritual guide, Rabbi Shalom Arush. My, how things have changed over time. Back in the 1950s when I was a kid, we ate at a table all together as a family. Now, many of you probably still do this, but many of you have probably gone the way that we went eventually. When we had to have dinner, we'd say, just a second, we're watching something here, we're reading something here, and my father in a very stern voice would say, well, continue it all later. Right now, shut it all down and come in here and eat dinner. Now, we don't think that's much of a thing to do, but I'm going to tell you why it's important, because it centralizes the way your thought processes go. You realize that there's a pecking order in your family, Papa, Mama, and the kids. There's not everybody's on an equal level. And it sort of kept you on an even keel. Papa was the one who kept you in touch with the fact that you need to talk to your Rav about this, you need to talk to your teacher about that. And then came the 60s. In the 60s came a new expression, do your own thing. And the idea was exactly that. Do your own thing. What could possibly go wrong? Well, do your own thing. Do what you want to do. That's okay. Everything is fine. Well, if you do your own thing, how do you do it Hashem's thing? What do you do about that? You've got to have it in there someplace. How do you make a balance between doing your own thing and Hashem doing his own thing? And the answer is it's extremely, extremely difficult. My generation in the 60s started to spread this expression, and it proliferated itself all over the face of the earth. And people began doing their own thing. And look where it's taken us to today. We live in a society where it has become legal to kill your child before it's born, and sometimes even after it's born. I remember listening to the story of a man saying, he was a governor and he was a doctor. And they were saying, how will this play out in your mind? And he said, well, the baby will come out and we'll make the baby as comfortable as possible. And then the mother and I will have the discussion. The discussion of what? Whether to kill a child or not? Whether to become a murderer or not? But this has become commonplace. For those of you who don't know, it is legal in the United States in 10 out of the 50 states, and seems to be happening more and more. There is some hope. There are some legislators who are actually working against that. But for right now, this is the way things are going. We live in a world where it's perfectly okay to say that Jews are rats, are dogs, are monkeys, and that the state of Israel is no good and is trespassing on Arab lands. All this, of course, as we know, is ridiculous. But it's become acceptable. Why? Do your own thing. You're allowed to do your own thing. In the Congress of the United States, when you become a congressman, they swear you in. And at the end of the swearing in are the words, "So help me God." Well, they used to be, so help me God. They've taken them out now. I guess right now it would be, so help me. Which brings us to a very important point. Morality. Morality, where it comes from and how it is on the earth. Morality is not, I repeat, it is not a man-made concept. Left to our own devices, we would have killed each other off decades, maybe centuries ago. It's not us. Hashem brought us morality. You go to Torah, and you start with the 7 Noahide laws, and you move to the 10 Commandments, and you move to a series of laws about almost every phase of human life. They're not from us. They're from Him. He made the laws because it's the only thing that gives us a sense of the fact that we all are basically, and I say basically because we still aren't, on the same page. We're basically on the same page. Because without morality, my morality is my morality, your morality is yours, his is his. Morality is something we do on our own. It's doing our own thing, right? That's okay. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong as the world is falling apart? Because you have a group of people who think this is perfectly all right. And what they do is they take the things that we've talked about just prior to this, and they take them each a step further. It's not about the things that they have. Do you know there are people out there who believe there's 125 genders? Which would come as a great surprise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because he only created 2. Men and women. That's it. Do you know there are some people who believe that you can go back and forth from male to female to male to female to male to female? Did you know this? This is incredibly insane. And there are people who believe that Hashem, when he said it in Torah, that a man should not sleep with a man, he didn't really mean it that way. He meant it some other way. They've incited this on their own. The fact of the matter is, the laws we have are the laws that exist, and they exist because of Hashem. He brought them into being. They are for us to live a proper life, a fulfilling life, not a life that takes us off into the middle of no place land. Because what happens is, not only do these people have these feelings, and not only do they enact these laws, but they think we are the ones who are wrong for not accepting them. That we are at fault because we are not open-minded enough. That we are the ones who are twisted and sick and perverted. And I have news for you. They're wrong. It's not us, it's them. But not only, it used to be in the olden days, if these were some of your proclivities, they were done behind closed doors. It was between you and whomever you did it with and your Creator. He's always a part of the factor. He's always a part of the equation. You can't take him out. This is how it was in the olden days. Now, they want to make it public. They want to put it out in the streets. They want to have pride parades in Yerushalayim, the home of Hashem. You think that says they don't respect him? I think it does. If I were doing it, I'd be looking like this to see where the lightning was coming from that was going to strike me dead. But they don't care. Not only do they not care, they insist on the fact that we must have their beliefs, otherwise we're the ones who are sick, twisted, and going in the wrong direction. Now, there are rebellions coming up. You can see it in France with the Gilets jaunes. You can see it in Italy with the government there. You can see it in Brazil with the new government there. You can see it in the United States with the president of the United States who's trying to keep a moral line there. And it's so hard. Because everybody, including his own party, fights him on it. He wants to keep a line that says, you want to come into our country? We're fine to have you here. But you come in legally. Because when you don't, we can't control what comes into the country. And it's drugs. And it's child abuse people. And it's women who are sold into slavery. This is not acceptable. It may be your own thing, but it is not acceptable in a moral world. And we live in a moral world. Thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he's given us the guidelines of what we need to do to live in that world. We need to do his will. Our will comes after that. But first we must fulfill his. And if we don't do that, we have a huge problem. Because what ends up happening is there is no basis of morality. Again, as I said, your morality is yours. His is his. It doesn't matter. We all have a different idea of morality. My morality may say it's perfectly okay to kill you because I don't like you. Hey, it's my thing. Your morality may say it's perfectly okay to come and take my house because you like it and you don't think I deserve it. That's your thing. It's your thing. Your own thing has gone way off the course. We need to get back to Hashem's thing. How has he created the earth? What are the guidelines he's given to live in it? And how do we play those out in an everyday life so that we can have a life that is joyful, fulfilling, loving, and brings us closer to the bringing of Mashiach Tzidkenu and the third Beit HaMikdash, B'mheira v'yameinu. You all have a great week, a great Shabbos, and hey, keep that smile on your face. Looks good on you. Be well, my friends. All the best. God bless.